Chapter 5 of Ramayana's Yudhakhanda, Vibhishana and Rama. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. After speaking out his mind to Ravana, the saintly Vibhishana left the city of Lanka, and soon he was on the other shore of the sea where Rama and Lakshmana were. The monkeys who were guarding the army saw Vibhishana and the four Rakshasas in the sky. He was glittering with his jewels and his massive gada, which he held in his hand. Sugriva was summoned by the lesser monkeys, and he saw the five Rakshasas poised in the sky. He looked at them for a long moment and at Vibhishana in particular. He then spoke to Hanuman and the others.
This Rakshasa is well armed, and there are 5 of them. I am certain that they are here to kill us.
The monkeys around pulled out the trees nearby and armed themselves. While they were preparing for a fight, Vibhishana, who was seeing everything from the above, spoke in a voice loud enough for them to hear. He said, "There is a sinful Rakshasa by name Ravana. I am his younger brother and my name is Vibhishana. It is this Ravana who stole Sita from Janasthana, who killed Jatayu and who has kept Sita a prisoner in his city. I tried very hard to make him give her back to Rama. I tried to advise him against the sinful path he is pursuing. But he would not listen to me. I have been treated like a slave by him and I have been greatly hurt by his stinging words. I have abandoned my sons and my wives and I have come to Rama for succor. Please do not delay but announce me to Rama, who is the refuge of the entire world." Sugriva heard him, and with his breath coming in gasps, he went and stood in front of Rama and Lakshmana and said,
There is a Rakshasa who is accompanied by 4 more. They flew in the air and they came from Lanka. The leader tells me that he is the brother of Ravana, that his name is Vibhishana, and that he has come to you for succor.
He paused for breath and continued,
Please consider everything carefully, Rama. Pay attention to the enemy, their views, and consider also the dictates of Dharma and the path to be followed. As for these Rakshasas, they are able to wander invisible in the skies. They can assume any guise they will. They should never be trusted. Most probably this Vibhishana is a spy sent by Ravana. He may come into our midst and plan something evil. He may win your confidence first and later, when you are careless, he may cause you some harm. He is by nature a Rakshasa and he is the brother of Ravana, as he himself announces. He has obviously been sent by the enemy to spy out our forces. How is it possible to trust him and his sincerity? I feel that you should treat him as an emissary from Ravana, and punish him since he deserves to be punished. Like an owl which will wait for the proper moment and destroy the entire clan of crows, he will join us and he will destroy us when we have placed all our faith in him. Sugriva was a politician and he was wise in the study of men. After saying this, he stood silent. Rama listened to his words and then turned to the other Vanaras led by Hanuman and said, I have heard the words, and you have all heard too the words of Sugriva, my friend. When a situation like this arises, when different views are possible, it is wise to invite the opinions of several people before coming to a decision. You are all my well-wishers and you can say what comes to your minds. They all spoke their minds with humility and respect. They said, There is nothing in the 3 worlds that you do not know. It is your innate nobility which prompts you to make us feel important by asking for our opinions. To you, truth is the only religion. You are righteous and you are brave. No one can face you when you are angry, and you will never arrive at a decision
without considering it in all its many aspects. You are famed for your compassion towards those who are dear to you. There are many who are older and wiser than us. Please ask them to talk one by one. Angada wanted to speak. He came to Rama and said, "At the outset, Vibhishana has to be treated with suspicion since he is here from the enemy camp. Hypocrites will always act in such a way that their innermost thoughts are hidden from others. When the opportunity arises, they will take advantage of it and hurt those who have trusted them. We should consider the evil and the good which may follow our taking this Rakshasa into our fold. If it seems advantageous, then by all means let us accept him. If it seems as though it will be injurious, then let us not take him. Do not accept him if there is even a shred of doubt about his sincerity. If he seems good and noble, we can take him as one of us." Jai Shri Ram. Shri Ram Ram Rame Tirame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Shri Ramar Panamast. Chapter 5, Part 2 of Ramayana's Yudhakhanda, Vibhishana and Rama. Shri Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunataya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Different Vanaras expressed different opinions, but they were all more or less against accepting Vibhishana into their group. Finally, Hanuman spoke. He spoke words which were soft, full of meaning, sweet and faultless. He said, "Even Brihaspati is not as wise as you in the art of conversing. Your wisdom is infinite and your choice of words is exquisite. Yet, since you have asked me to talk, I will tell you what I feel. It is not because I want to contradict the words of others or because I want to appear wiser than others that I am talking. There was a suggestion that a spy should be sent out to find out about Vibhishana. I do not think it is practicable, nor will it be needed. As one advisor said, this Vibhishana has come suddenly and his coming is not in conformity with the rules set for visiting. I feel that the very fact of his coming like this out of the blue is in favor of him. According to my thinking, he has done this after great deliberation. He has seen the sinfulness of his brother and he has heard of your nobility. He has tried to advise his brother to abandon the path of adharma and found it to be impossible. He has argued within himself the facts, the future. After a lot of thinking, he has made up his mind to come to you. Abandoning an adharmi and taking refuge at the feet of a noble soul like you seems to have been the only course open to him, and he has acted accordingly. I saw him in Lanka when he spoke to the king against Ravana's decision to kill me. His face was calm and he did not seem to me to be deceptive in any way. I do not think he is dangerous to us. A deceiver will not act like he has done. He has announced himself frankly and he can be trusted. The face will always indicate the thoughts in the mind. The greatest of efforts will be insufficient to hide the feelings completely. He has openly renounced his brother and come to you. I feel that you should accept him and his words as genuine. I have spoken my mind and you should do what you think seems to be right." Rama, the very image of all the wisdom of the Vedas, the abode of compassion, Rama, the invincible, was pleased with the words of Hanuman and he spoke his mind. Rama said, "I have made up my mind about Vibhishana. It is quite in consonance with our welfare. I want the opinion of others also about this. As for me, when anyone approaches me with love, which is genuine, I will not abandon him on any account. Even if there are faults in him, I will not give him up. This is the code set forth for us by the elders. I will follow it. Sugriva intervened and said,
Rama, this stranger is a Rakshasa. It is immaterial whether he is good natured or evil minded. It does not affect us in any manner. According to me, one who has abandoned his own brother, who is in trouble, is not worthy of thought. He is capable of betraying anyone who trusts him.
Rama, the valiant, listened to the words of Sugriva and he turned to Lakshmana, who was the personification of Punya. There was a ghost of a smile on the lips of Rama when he said, "It seems to me Vibhishana has no aspirations to the throne. Even in a Rakshasa family, a righteous man can be born. I feel that he should be accepted. Evidently, he found it impossible to stay any longer with his brother, and so he has come to me. We should take him at his word. My dear Lakshmana, all brothers will not be like Bharata. A father may not have all good sons like our father had, nor will everyone be blessed with a well-wisher like you." Sugriva heard the words which Rama had addressed to his brother. He said,
Rama, you are too noble. I still feel that he is a spy sent here by Ravana. It is safer to kill him.
Rama smiled at him and said, "It is of no importance whether he is good or bad. If he is a wicked Rakshasa, what does it matter to me? Even if he tries to, he cannot harm me. If I so desire, I can destroy the entire world peopled with Rakshasas, Dhanavas, and Pishachas with the tip of my little finger. The code of Dharma says, one who has come seeking refuge should not be abandoned. I have made it a rule in life never to refuse succor to one who has come to me and says that he is mine. I have granted him a place at my feet, which is what he wants. Let it be Vibhishana. Let it be Ravana himself asking me for it, and it will be granted to him. Go and bring him to me." Sugriva was amazed at the firmness with which Rama spoke, and he said,
Rama, you are the image of goodness, and you have ever walked in the path of Dharma. Is it a wonder then that you should talk like this? After due consideration, my heart has been convinced that Vibhishana is not a spy, nor is he here with evil intentions. Without a doubt, let him be admitted into our fold and let him be one of us. He will be a friend to us.
Sugriva went to the open space above, which was hovering Vibhishana, and told him that Rama had accepted his homage. Thrilled beyond words, Vibhishana descended to the earth and, accompanied by the 4 Rakshasas, he went to the presence of Rama. He prostrated before the feet of Rama and held on to him. He then stood up and addressed Rama. "I am your slave. I am the brother of Ravana. Insulted by him and touched to the quick by his harsh words, I have come to you for succor. I have left Lanka. I have left my friends and my everything behind in Lanka. You are everything to me. My life is yours and my happiness is in your hands. I have surrendered my joys and my sorrows and my very life at your blessed feet." Rama was touched by his devotion and looked kindly on him. Jai Shri Ram. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Shri Ramarpanamastu. Chapter 6 of Ramayana's Yudhakhanda, Preparations for the War. Om Shri Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nadaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Rama lifted him up and smiled at him. Vibhishana was so overcome with happiness, his tears would not stop flowing. Rama said, "First, Tell me about the strength of the king of the Rakshasas. I am curious, and you are the right person to give me that information. Vibhishana told him everything without holding anything back. He spoke of the valor of Ravana and about the boons from Brahma which had made him invincible from the Devas, Gandharvas, and all the celestials. He spoke about Prahasta, the minister of the king, and about Kumbhakarna. Prahasta was the commander of the king's army as well as the advisor to the king. Vibhishana spoke very highly of Indrajit and his power to become invisible while fighting. He was a past master in the Maya tactics. This was a gift he had obtained from Agni, the god of fire, and this was a great asset to him. This Maya warfare, Vibhishana spoke all about the many warriors on the side of Ravana, and it was a formidable army which was lined up against the meager army of Rama, made up of monkeys and bears. Rama listened very carefully to the recital of Vibhishana and said, I have been made familiar with the prowess of Ravana and his myrmidons. I am telling you that I will kill Ravana and all his men beginning from Prahasta and others. I will make you king of Lanka. I promise you that I will do. Let Ravana try to escape to the Rasatala or Patala or the abode of Brahma. I will not let him escape from the fury of my arrows. I will kill him and his sons and his army and his kinsmen. Unless I achieve this object, I swear I will not enter Ayodhya. I swear in the name of my three brothers that I will do so. Vibhishana fell at the feet of Rama and said, I will try and assist you as much as I can in your attempt to wipe out the city of Lanka. I will be one of your army and fight for you. This I swear in the name of all that is good and great, in the name of Dharma. Rama embraced him and said, Lakshmana, bring the waters from the sea. He smiled at everyone around him and said, I am extremely pleased with this Vibhishana. Lakshmana, perform his coronation in the presence of the Vanaras and our chieftains. Lakshmana brought the waters as he was bid, and Vibhishana was crowned the king of Rakshasas. There was great joy and jubilation in the camp of the Vanaras. Sugriva with Hanuman said, Vibhishana, tell us how we can cross this immense sea. The entire army has to be transported to the opposite shore. How can it be achieved? We have been thinking on this ever since we came here, and we are at loss as to how we should see about it. Can you suggest a way out of this predicament? Vibhishana said, Our king Rama should ask a favor of the Lord of the Seas. This sea owes its existence to the Sagara brothers, who were the ancestors of Rama, and the sea owes its name to them and its waters to Bhagirath, another of the ancestors of Rama. The Lord of the Seas should remember the urgency of the task which Rama has undertaken and should assist him in the achievement. Sugriva went to the presence of Rama and Lakshmana and spoke to them about the suggestion of Vibhishana that Rama should ask a favor of the Lord of the oceans. Rama thought that the idea was to his liking. He said, My dear Lakshmana, I approve of the suggestion of Vibhishana. Tell me if you think so too, and Sugriva, are you pleased with the idea? Sugriva, I am asking you since you are extremely intelligent and you are good at advising others. Consider this proposal and tell me if you give your approbation. Lakshmana and Sugriva said, We feel too, along with you, that the advice of Vibhishana is sound. The sea can never be crossed unless there is a bridge to span it. Not Indra nor the Asuras can have any access to the city by name Lanka. It will be of advantage to follow the suggestion of Vibhishana and proceed in the matter. Pray to the Lord of the oceans, and he is sure to let us cross the sea. Jai Shri Ram. Shri Rama Rama Rame Tirame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Shri Ramar Pranamast. Chapter 6, Part 2 of Ramayana's Yudhakhanda, Preparations for the War. Apadamhartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokaviramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. Rama prepared himself, and spreading dharba grass on the sands, he lay down on it. He looked like the god of fire placed on the vidhi of a yagna. He set his mind firmly on the wish in his heart and contemplated on it. In the meantime, a Rakshasa by name Shardula happened to see the immense army which surrounded Rama and which was manned by Sugriva. He was a spy of Ravana and he paid special attention to the details regarding the army and the management of it. He went back to Lanka and presented himself to his king. He said,
"My lord, the army of Monkey is like another sea, and it is stationed on the northern shores of the sea. The valiant brothers Rama and Lakshmana have come to know of the hiding place of Sita, and they are waiting on the seashore. The army is covering the face of the earth, and the trees, hills, and land seem to be made up of monkeys and nothing but monkeys. 10 yojanas are covered by the army of Rama. We have brought you the report about the situation there. It is up to you to decide on the future course of action. It is really a formidable sight."
Ravana heard the report of Shardula and he wanted to act immediately. He sent for another Rakshasa by name Sukha and told him,
"Go at once and meet the king of monkeys, Sugriva, and repeat the message I have sent. O king of Vanaras, you are born of a brave and noble line. You are the son of Riksha Rajas. Your strength is well known. You are like a brother to me. I do not see why you should be concerned about the stealing of the wife of the prince of Ayodhya by me. You are not in any way connected to him, and there is neither gain nor loss which will befall you by your involvement. I suggest that you go back to your city. This Lanka is impregnable even for the celestials. How then can Vanaras and men enter this city? Forget all about Lanka and go back to Kishkinda and live there in peace. Give this message to Sugriva and try to coax him and make him leave the shores of the sea along with his army. We can tackle the two men easily." Sukha went to the spot where Sugriva was stationed with his army and repeated the words of Ravana to him. The Vanaras heard his talk and began to beat him up with their fists. They tied him up and flung him on the ground. In desperation, he appealed to Rama and said, "I am but a messenger and I carry the words of my master. He sent word to the king of the Vanaras and I repeated them to him. I should not be killed. Please save me from the anger of these monkeys. I am but an instrument of my master and I should not be punished. If I had spoken on my own accord and given my views, then I am fit to be punished but not now." Rama heard the piteous cry of Sukha and he asked the Vanaras to stop harassing him. Sukha was allowed to go and he rose to the sky and said, "Noble Rama, you are indeed a hero among men. What am I to say to Ravana?" Sugriva said, "Repeat the words I say now. You can never be a friend to me, nor will you earn my pity. You have never been a benefactor to me, and you are not dear to me. You are the enemy of Rama. You and your kinsmen deserve nothing but death at my hands, and to me you are like Wali. I have determined to kill you and all those who are yours. I am arriving soon in your city, and with my army will raise your Lanka to the ground. You are a fool, Ravana. You may be protected by the Devas. You may hide yourself in the orb of the sun. You may enter Patala and hide there, and yet you will never be able to escape Rama. I am not able to think of anyone who can guard you when Rama has made up his mind to kill you. Just because you killed the old and ancient bird Jatayu after a fight, do not rate yourself to be very strong. You were such a coward that you did not dare to face Rama or Lakshmana. When they have been lured away from the ashrama by Maricha at your instigation, you stole the helpless queen of Rama. You do not seem to know about the prowess of Rama. No one in the three worlds can equal him in valor.
Angada intervened and said, "My king, this is not just a messenger. He is a spy. It is not wise to let him go back to Lanka. We will keep him as our captive." No sooner had he said this than the monkeys eagerly tried to tie him up, but Rama prevented him from being tortured. He was just a captive. Jai Shri Ram. Shri Rama Rama Rame Tirame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Shri Ramar Panamastu. Chapter 7 of Ramayana's Yudhakhanda. Rama's anger. Apadamahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokaviramam Sriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyam. Rama spread dharba grass on the shore of the sea and lay down on it. He placed his head on his beautiful arm and he was lost in meditation. He decided in his mind, I should either cross the sea or else I will give up my life here. With this thought in mind, he lay down on the sands. 3 days and 3 nights passed thus. The Lord of the oceans did not seem to notice Rama and his prayopavesha. Rama's prayers had been unheeded since the Lord of the oceans did not appear before him. When he found that 3 days and 3 nights had passed and still there was no response from the sea, Rama became angry. His eyes turned crimson and he looked at his brother and said, Lakshmana, the Lord of the oceans is very proud, and that is why he is not appearing before us. Really, great people are known for the depth of their goodness, their nobility, their forgiving nature, sweet words and gentleness. These qualities are not recognized by low-minded people, and to them these great and good qualities appear to be signs of weakness. The world honors an arrogant man who praises himself, who is wicked, who is willful and inconsiderate, who is sinful. Lakshmana, in this world, the method by name Sama, which is a gentle and soft persuasiveness, will never be useful. In the battlefront, fame is not going to be won by Sama, and neither is it possible to subdue the enemy with Sama. I am going to punish this Lord of the seas. I will drain it of all waters. The sea animals and the fish and the sharks and the whales and the tortoises will lie dead in a matter of moments. Watch me shoot my arrows, which will burn up the sea. I have been patient and gentle with this arrogant demigod, and he seems to mistake it for helplessness in me. It was foolish of me to have been so patient. Fetch my bow and arrows, Lakshmana. I will drain the vast expanse of the sea, and the Vanaras can walk across to Lanka. Rama took up the bow which Lakshmana had brought. With a face like thunder, he strung the bow and fixing an arrow to it, began to dispatch it towards the sea. Arrow followed arrow, and there was a terrible upheaval in the sea. The serpents and whales which were in the waters came to the surface in fear, and the world trembled at the anger of Rama. A storm was blowing across the tumultuous ocean, and the waves rose higher and higher as though in protest. They were as large as small mountains, and soon it seemed as though Vindhya and Mandhara peaks had been thrown up by the sea. Lakshmana could not bear to see the anger of Rama. He grasped the bow in his hands and beseeched Rama to forbear. He spoke in placating tones. Rama, you are a great warrior and you can succeed in your task without this anger against the sea. Men like you should not be carried away by anger. Please follow in the footsteps of our ancestors and abandon this wrath. Voices from the heavens were heard saying, Rama, refrain from this dreadful decision to drain the sea. It seemed as though Rama did not hear these words. He said, O sea, I will drain you, and with you I will destroy the Pathala. There will be nothing left of you except a great expanse of dust and mud, with the dead animals sprinkled all over you. I will make my army walk across you and reach Lanka. You do not seem to recognize my prowess nor my anger. You have no concept of the ruin I will wreak on you. Jai Shri Ram. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Om Shri Ramar Panamast. Chapter 7, Part 2 of Ramayana's Yudhakhanda, Rama's Anger. Shri Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Rama took up his bow and taking up an arrow he began to invoke the dreaded Brahmastra. The earth and the sky seemed to be rent in fear when he did it. The mountains trembled like leaves shaken in the wind. The world was enveloped in darkness and the quarters were covered with the pall of gloom. Rivers and lakes were muddy and the heavens were looking strange since the sun and moon were straying from their orbits and the stars could be seen. The sky was not able to let the sun shed his rays on the earth. Torches seemed to fall from the sky and there were incessant noises of thunder. The stormy winds were uprooting the trees and even the tops of the mountains were blown about like wisps of straw. Lightning could be seen in the skies and the hills reverberated with the noise of thunder. The animals on earth were crying out of panic and they stood without any movement, paralyzed with fear. The sea receded by a yojana and Rama's fury had not abated. Out of the midst of the sea there arose the Lord of the seas. Over the waves which were like the mountains he rose, and it seemed like the sun rising from atop the Meru mountain. He was making the entire sky and air glow with his radiance, and he was wearing ornaments made of corals, pearls, and gems. His magnificent chest was adorned by a necklace made of pearls, and he was wearing beautiful silken garments. He was surrounded by the sea serpents and his consorts. The rivers rose with him and they surrounded him. He stood on the crest of a wave and with his palms folded in humility, he greeted Rama. He approached Rama with his hands held high above his head and after saluting him, he said, Rama, you are reputed to be the abode of peace and tranquility. This anger of yours is unbecoming. The earth, the winds, the sky, water, and fire are all ruled by the laws of nature and they should not be overstepped. I am but nature deep and wide, and it is not possible to cross me. That is my nature and it cannot be altered. If the bottom is exposed, then it will be against all the laws of creation. It is not for me to tell you this. I am only reminding you of the laws set down by the Lord. It is not possible for me to stop the waves and the whirlpools which are part of me. They cannot be frozen into a state of immobility, not by any amount of effort, nor an intense desire, nor fear can make me attempt it. That is the reason why I was silent when you asked me to let you cross the sea, pass over the waves which are part of me. I will, however, assist you in every way I can. When your army crosses me, I will not let the whales or crocodiles harm you in any way. I will make it easy for your Vanaras to cross me. Rama intervened and asked, this Brahmastra which has been invoked should not be insulted. How should I pacify it? Samudra said, there is in the north a place sacred to me. It is named as Durmakulya, and its fame is as widespread as yours. Some sinners by name Abhiras live there, and drinking my waters they perpetrate sins innumerable. I have not been able to bear the touch of these sinners all these many years. Grant me that your astra is aimed at them and rid me of the one source of unhappiness which has been making me suffer for long. Rama dispatched the arrow towards Dhrumakulya, and there was great rejoicing in the heavens at the achievement of the arrow sent by Rama. The earth suffered under the impact of the astra, and out of the fissures which had been formed there welled up waters from the Patala. The place then got the name Vranakupa. The waters which were filling up the place seemed like those of the ocean, and the noise made by the splitting of the earth was frightful. The waters which had collected in the hollows were dried up by the astra, and the spot also gained the name Marukantara. Rama granted a boon to the place. It became a sacred spot, and it was filled with oshadis, with sweet water which was like milk, which had healing herbs in it, and it became famed for its healing quality. It became a tirtha. Samudra spoke to Rama and said, I will tell you how you can cross me with your entire army. This Vanara with you, Nala by name, is the son of Vishwakarma, the architect of the Devas. He has inherited his father's craftsmanship, and he is very clever in the art of building. Let him build a bridge across me, and I assure you, I will take good care of it. I will not sink, nor will it come apart when this huge army marches on it. After speaking to Rama, Samudra vanished into the sea. Rama found Nala by his side, and Nala said, I will build a bridge across the sea. I have the skill of my father in me, and I assure you, I will make the bridge wide and strong. It is true what Samudra said. I can do it. Jai Shri Ram. Shri Rama Rama Rame Tirame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Shri Ramarpanamast. Chapter 8 of Ramayana's Yudhakhanda, the building of the bridge. Apadamahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. Nala was standing with a smile on his lips, and Rama was curious as to what was amusing the Vanara. He looked at him, and Nala said, My lord, there is nothing like the method of danda to get one's work done. That is the most rewarding of all the methods. It is the best rule to be adopted. It is futile to use soft words and patience towards those who are ungrateful. This Samudra was scared into submission. He wanted to protect himself from your wrath, and he has assured you that he will keep the bridge afloat. I am like my father, and I am sure to make a success of the task which has been assigned to me. I am glad Samudra reminded me of my talent. And again, even if I had been conscious of it, it is not good to talk about one's own accomplishments. Commanded by you, I will set about the construction of the bridge immediately. I will summon the other Vanaras to assist me, and the bridge will soon be ready. Rama was pleased with the words of Nala and his modesty. He gave orders for the construction of the bridge. According to the instructions from Nala, the monkeys in the army hurried to collect the materials needed for the bridge. All the trees around were uprooted and piled on the shores of the sea. The mountains were denuded of their peaks and their trees. The rocks, which were like elephants, were carried without any effort by the many Vanaras, and there were great excitement and gaiety among them while they worked under the direction and command of Nala. The skies resounded with the noise of the rocks being hurled into the sea. Hanuman joined the rest of them, and he wanted to serve Rama by assisting in the work done by the monkeys. He would fling a large boulder, and Nala would catch it with his left hand, and so the work proceeded with great speed. 14 yojanas had been built on the first day, 20 on the next. The bridge had been completed in 5 days, and the mountain by name Suvela formed the other end of the bridge. The bridge built by Nala was beautiful, and it was poised in the middle of the sea, looking like the Milky Way by which is woven across the sky. The celestials came and watched the bridge as it was being built, and when it was completed, there was great joy in their hearts. To them, looking from above, the bridge seemed like the parting in the dark hair of a woman. The Vanaras were proud of their handiwork. The Vanaras were ready to cross the bridge. Sugriva came to the presence of Rama and said,
My lord, Rama, please allow Hanuman to carry you on his shoulders. Angada will bear the precious weight of Lakshmana. These two will take you to the other shore easily, and they will fly in the air with you. Jai Shri Ram.
Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Shri Ramar Pranamast. Chapter 8, Part 2 of Ramayana's Yudhakhanda, the building of the bridge. Shri Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunataya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Rama went to where the army had assembled, and with them he walked to the bridge. Sugriva was with him and Lakshmana. Rama first set foot on the bridge, then Lakshmana, and then Sugriva. The army followed. The monkeys jumped around in joy. They would walk some distance, and then they would jump into the sea and swim for a while and say, "This is how our Hanuman reached Lanka. We will fly across. We are all able to do so." And they would leap in the air and go there in the sky for a while. The noise made by the army of Rama was so great that it drowned the sound of the waves, and the sea seemed to hold its breath in awe until they had all passed by. The celestials with the rishis of the heavens collected in the sky, and they mentally drenched Rama with sacred waters and blessed him with the words, "May you conquer your enemy. May you rule the world for many, many years." Many were the words spoken by them, and they all seemed to be waiting for the great event, the killing of Ravana. The army landed on the other shore, the southern shore of the sea. Rama was conversant with the language of the omens, and he embraced Lakshmana and said, "Let the army camp here, since there are groves and fruit trees in abundance here. I see from the omens that a great calamity is waiting to be born in the womb of time. It spells destruction to the Rakshasas and also to these Vanaras and the bears. The breeze which blows towards us is full of dust, and the earth is shaken by tremors. The mountain tops are trembling too, and trees are falling to the ground. The noise of the cloud is fearful, and drops of blood are raining from them. The evening light is crimson and frightening, and the sun looks like a ball of fire. Animals are piteous noises. Animals are making piteous noises, and their faces are turned to the sun. I can see the setting sun, and there seems to be a dark spot on the face of the sun. Look at the stars which have begun to appear one by one, Lakshmana. They seem to be covered by dust, and this is a foreboding that the world will be destroyed. Crows and eagles are wheeling in the sky, and they are making unpleasant sounds. The surface of the earth will soon be covered with the weapons flung by the Rakshasas and by the rocks and trees hurled by the Vanaras. We have landed in the territory belonging to the enemy. We should guard our army and see to it that Ravana's watchmen do not harm it in any way. Come, let us set about the task of settling them down. Rama walked fast in the van of the army, and he walked towards Lanka. Vibhishana and Sugriva were certain of their success, and there was happiness in their minds. Rama saw the many Vanaras in his army, and he saw the excitement on their faces. They had come to help him, and they were eager. Rama was touched by their devotion, and his heart was brimming with gratitude, happiness, and humility at the sight of so much devotion and such selfless love. Jai Shri Ram. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Om Shri Ramar Pranamastu.